Welcome to Steel Curtain Productions. Please hit the likes and subscribe down below in your right hand corner. I apologize. Unfortunately, the software program has, for some apparent reason, I haven't figured it out yet, eliminated the music. So you're stuck with me. We take great pride here in giving you factual information and not jumping onto rumors and also clickbait. So we're going to keep this short and simple. This is a couple weeks now where I didn't discuss this yet because I usually get much quieter on off-season time. But I figured after Mike McCarthy's hiring and we did that episode, it was time to. I've been a little busy because I do an outreach, and I apologize for that. But however, just wanted to give you the views we're seeing it as. We know a lot's happened, and the Steelers ended up overhauling the coaching staff. I was going to get into this individually as with each coach, but overall, there's a few good hirings that we seem to be good hirings, and there's others that are very questionable. So when I overlooked it all, I thought I'm just keeping this simple. I think this was something that Steelers needed to do a long time ago. This probably should have been done about 9 years ago, approximation. I think it was wise in this move. We're giving you our viewpoints from Steel Curtain Productions. Um, that they went this route and got rid of any connection to Mike Tomlin. I think you have to start with a new group. There's been a few, like I said, a few of the coaches that I know. The Vikings, there's a gentleman from the Vikings. There's a couple of New England Patriot coaches that had some success as well. Um, I think those are fairly good hirings. I'm not so sold out on some of them as the ones that were connected to Mike McCarthy when he was with the Cowboys, Green Bay, and the Falcons hirings. Those are yet to be seen. So I'm a little not really sure. I totally agree with the organization making the overhaul. This needed to be done. I just don't know credibility wise, status wise, if all of these coaches are the answer. I know one darn thing, that offensive line needs massive work, and we got our big thing. We need a franchise quarterback, and we need to get away from Aaron Rodgers. We got to stop going to guys whose days are up. It's time to focus on the young quarterback. I think it's Will, whatever, I forget his last name. However, but I think before he got his hand broke, Howard, I think his last name is. Anywho, I think there was potential there, and I think that's a better way to go. Although I still think we need to get franchise quarterback at some point. They should look at it. I know that I heard the name of the Cards quarterback being up, and he's a good youngster himself. I'd love to see that being a pickup because he's had an off year. I think if the Steelers could pick him up, that would be great. Um, so we are in a position where I look at it as some rebuilding needs to be done here for the Steelers to move forward. You can't stay in a situation that we were stuck in, um, just making the playoffs and losing, and having a team that doesn't respond to the coach, and the coach has no control over the locker room. And that was said by many of the players over the years and the players of today. So that tells you that when you hear that many voices, and I like Mike Tomlin, I just never thought he should have been a head coach. My opinion was he would have made a great defensive coordinator. However, that was what they decided then, and I think for the history that we had under him, we should have had 4 to 6 more championships, and I think he failed in that department, and that's why I don't think he should have been the top dog. Now, that's a great record to have 19 years of making the winning record. That's great and dandy, but what's the point if you're not going? You can't win a playoff round. You're just spinning your wheels in the same spot, and it's just useless, futile. So I think the Steelers are looking in the right direction, making the right moves. I don't know about all these coaches. Like I said, I have some questionable ones. Some of the ones that Mike McCarthy knew. I'm kind of questioning. As you know, I'm not a huge McCarthy guy either. However, I just thought that decision was made a little too quick, and I would have. There were other candidates I would have chose. However, that's their choice. And then, like I say, some of the ones that were close to him in Dallas and in um, Green Bay, and also the other team mentioned was the Falcons. I'm not so certain on those pickups. I like the ones I heard from the Vikings, the additions with that coach and a couple of coaches from the Patriots. I like those additions. But we will see how it all pans out. I do think the change was needed, and you'll see some improvement in some areas. We just, some of the other areas we'll see. Anyway, that's an update. As I say, I'm usually much slower anyway, even though we've had a lot of outreach work going on. So that's, I didn't see it as a necessity to come flying out with. I had to put the homeless first. So I hope you understand as followers. I appreciate your support. But when it's off season, I kind of just take it as it comes. And when I had so much on with that I had to prioritize and put that first. Thank you for understanding. Go Steelers, go Steelers Nation, and that's the update on my thoughts on this overhaul. Much needed. This should have been done 9 years ago. Thank you for watching. You've seen it here at Steel Curtain Productions. We will catch you in the next episode. I assume, unless something drastic happens, I assume that that may be draft time. All right. Thank you for watching.